What it is, what it ain't, peoples. Welcome to the Primo Suprimo podcast. We're talking all that shit that you like, we like, and we all fucking hate. I am Mr. Chris Menendez with your co-host, Mr. Jeffrey Long. And we're here to talk some shit.
Shit is what we're gonna talk about.
We're gonna talk some bullshit.
Yes.
You know? Because that's what we like to do. Anyways, today is the 1st of November, and we're 2 days away from our presidential election. And man, like, people say, oh, the poll says this, the poll says that. Honestly, I don't trust polls.
Me either.
I don't trust shit. I don't trust a poll. I don't trust what the people on the TV say. I don't trust shit. Just for the simple fact that it's like, what happens is the same thing happens in 2016. You know, like, and for some reason, I feel like it's gonna happen.
I have a feeling too that
Yeah.
Trump may come out victorious again.
Yeah, man. And when he does, holy shit. Holy shit. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. I'm just one person with some thoughts. Speaking about thoughts, have you been seeing the Holy Podfather?
Joe Rogan?
Yes.
I have.
You've been watching him more than I have. I can barely watch him because of that fucking set.
Yeah, the set sucks. And
I can't do the set.
In my opinion, the guests suck because there's really no variety. It's kind of just one opinion from every guest. And a week before the election, he decides to platform Alex Jones and let him spread his conspiracy theories.
But Jeff, he said that he fact checked all his stuff.
He fact checked some of it. He did. But shit like that slides, and it's not like they're gonna blindly follow everything Joe believes. They might actually side with Alex on certain things if it fits their emotions. Because again, facts don't care about your feelings, but people on both sides love to give a feeling-based opinions.
Exactly.
And I've been seeing that a lot from the right. And he also platformed Glenn Greenwald, who's actually a great journalist. He just has certain times he just has weird takes. And he tried to publish a story on his platform, The Intercept, about unconfirmed Joe Biden and Hunter Biden rumors. And the editorial staff was like, hey, this hasn't been verified, so we're not going to run this. And then he pretty much resigned because of that. Because He couldn't post an unverified story, which the following day when they finally found the mail, they didn't reveal anything. And it was pretty much a whole nothing burger.
Exactly, man. Just don't... I don't know, man. Like, ever since the beginning of the new podcast, like, it's felt weird. Like, well, to be honest, because, with podcasts, you can like people, like, our podcast and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because you like what we're saying or how we say it or the guests or, whatever. I still haven't, well, at least Joe hasn't had anybody that I don't, like, 100%, like, want to watch yet. So, I can't really sit here and talk too much about it, but, I know what they post and then what they talk about. And then if you go into comments, like Joe Rogan's comment section of all his things, it's a war zone.
It is.
They're constant war zones. And people tell me, like, oh, don't look at comments. Like, why do you look at comments? Because there are times where people give out good information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
But there's none of that sometimes in some of that dude's stuff. And it's crazy because, like, from what I understand, he's become like a right-wing pundit.
Rogan pretty much he's kind of been, because he's had Ben Shapiro on like 5-6 times. Milo Yiannopoulos, he had him on. Jordan Peterson, how many other times? Multiple times. When you compare that to the left-wing guests, he's had like Kyle Kalinske on twice, David Pakman twice, Jimmy Dore twice, and Jimmy Dore is a Democrat who just talks shit about Democrats. But mostly it's people on the right, and he has them on multiple times. So he was kind of creating an echo chamber of his own when he seems to be kind of a free marketplace of ideas guy. He was just really listening to the same five guys. They're actually part of the intellectual dark web. That's kind of like that whole movement, the name of it. And it's these right leaning anti SJW intellectuals. And I'm not gonna say that Jordan Peterson's he's a dumb guy, because he's apparently a great psychologist. His psychology videos are fine. They're great. If you were helped by that's good. That's good, because he is a great psychologist. But he just injects too much religious and right wing crap into it, and he really likes to be vague. Because like he pretty much said something that implied that women wearing makeup and skirts in the workplace, like he kind of insinuated that they're kind of like calling for harassment, and he was kind of implying that men and women can't work together.
Wow.
Like they were asking him just questions.
What am I saying? I've actually seen that. I've actually seen him
Yeah.
talking about that. And it's like, I don't know, dog. Like,
you can't answer their question.
it's like, wait a minute. So what you're saying is that, because I actually saw that video. He says something along the lines of, because when women are like, he pretty much pointed to the fact that it's like when women wear makeup, it's a way of showing that they're in heat.
Yeah.
So it's like you're
something about arousal. The red
exactly.
cheeks.
So what you're doing is you're putting men in the category of just animals.
Yeah.
Like you have no other emotion other than when you see that, it's time for sex. Like there's no control there.
Right.
Like
right.
There's absolutely no control at all when a man sees that.
Well, the right
Like,
is
come
all
on, bro.
about self-responsibility, taking accountability, pulling yourself up from your bootstraps. And you do not have the self-accountability to... You don't have a self-accountability, so you blame it on blushing and shit like that. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like okay.
You don't have any self-restraint.
Yeah, like, what's wrong with you, though?
Yeah, like if you're... Well, I'm not saying... He didn't do anything like that.
No,
like,
yeah, exactly. He
but
didn't
like
do
what
anything
he's
like
implying, like...
Exactly.
Like the defense he's giving is
It sounds asinine and immature. It's like something from like something
Yeah.
a middle schooler would say.
And this is a guy who Matthew McConaughey is apparently a fan of, and Rogan's platform a bunch of times. Now he's like he's become like a drug addict. He's been in rehab. He kind of fell out, and his daughter is like a clear grifter as he is.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of the people. There's a lot of political grifters out there. Alex Jones is a grifter. He sells you these supplements that don't do shit.
Who?
Alex Jones.
Oh, Alex Jones?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. He pushes that shit. Legit snake oil, bro.
Yeah, man. Modern day, quacks. I guess you could call them. Well, whatever, man.
And it's just crazy how super partisan he's become.
Who, Alex Jones?
Yeah, I like how Rogan was pushing back, because like Alex Jones was trying to defend Trump, saying coal was actually clean, and that Trump is right to increase coal production.
Mm-hmm.
And Rogan was pushing back, which I appreciated. I didn't watch the video because I didn't want to contribute a view to that. So I watched the reactor watch it, and yeah, it was pretty bad, bro. Alex Jones, he's just a character.
Remember, this was the same guy who's now calling for that he was okay with the taxes,
Mm-hmm.
and the tax cuts for everybody, esto lo otro. But then, like 15 years when I got put onto Alex Jones, he would stand in front of elites' houses, screaming at them.
Yeah, now he's voting for Trump, who's cutting their taxes.
Yeah, so what the fuck is going on here, though? Like, I'm not gonna say I'm the smartest person, but I ain't the dumbest motherfucker on the planet either. You know what I mean? So when I see things like that, it's like, what are you thinking? Like, who's pulling your strings? Like, what motivates you?
Well, like, Trump literally had that Antifa guy who killed the Patriot Prayer guy. He literally sent oppos to freaking kill him, unmarked vehicles and all. They didn't confront them. They didn't announce who they are. They just fucking pop, 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 pop. Like four, I think it was like 3 or 4 guys gunning down this one guy in his car. This Antifa guy, no due process, nothing.
Really?
And Alex Jones, like, isn't that the police state he was talking about years ago?
Exactly.
Like unmarked vehicles pulling protesters out of and into vans mid-protest.
Exactly. That's what Alex Jones used to be about. But you know,
Executions are up under Trump. Like they paused executions for years, and now he's bringing them back.
what, like the death sentence?
Yeah, like people on death row, he's like executing them.
Oh, well, they're on death row already.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they're already on death row.
Nah, but like people are saying that he's reforming the police system, and hey, how many people who are in death row even warranted that?
Oh, that's true. Like, if yeah,
Yeah, how many were
that's
even
true.
warranted?
If it's a case by case process.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about some motherfucker
Yeah, I haven't
that's out
checked
here
who it
raping
was.
people,
Yeah, I haven't
then it's
checked who
time
it
to
was.
put the dog down.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as criminal justice reform, I don't see it.
No, of course.
Well, he signed the First Step Act, which is it's kind of like a part 2 of an Obama bill. Well, not an Obama bill, but a bill that he passed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's helping. It's getting it's helping. But Obama actually freed more prisoners than Trump per month. So there's another fact. Like, let's talk about Lil Wayne, I guess.
Lil Wayne, fuck out of here.
Yeah, he I don't know where he's an activist now, because a few years ago, he was going off saying I don't relate to Black Lives Matter. I'm a rich black man. This, that, and the other. Pretty much downplaying the movement, saying he doesn't relate to it.
Exactly.
Colin Kaepernick was kneeling. He couldn't relate to that struggle.
No, of course not. And his excuse was, a white man helped me when I shot myself, and he was a police officer. So, what? So because
That's an anecdote.
like, so one person
Mm-hmm.
helps you out, there's no such thing as bad ones no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
That's just like, oh, there's one. That's like saying, oh, so there's one good one in the bad bunch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's one bad apple in the bunch.
But now all of a sudden he's supporting Trump because of the First Step Act, which is
Yeah.
a 2-page bill, whereas Biden has a 48-page comprehensive bill which is pretty much what the Platinum Plan, which is an amazing name, right? Don't you think?
Exactly. That's what I find. It's pretty insulting too. The Platinum Plan.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like,
Hey, you like jewelry, black people?
yeah, black folk, y'all like platinum?
I like grills.
Like, that doesn't feel like that. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel like that at all. Like, when I heard the name of it, I'm like, that doesn't feel like that. Like, nobody feels like that's what it sounds like.
And like Ice Cube, who actually proposed the Platinum Plan, he wasn't out there taking pictures, getting all giddy with Trump.
Yeah, for real.
Like, he just did it because, the Democrats didn't like take it because they had a plan of their own already and they weren't in power, whereas Trump took it. And it's funny because Trump's in office now. Don't you think he could get started on that? Why is he waiting? How long has he been talking about it? And
Yeah, for
he
real.
could have
Like,
easily passed.
if you notice now with all this shit going on, now he wants to do some shit.
Yeah, next term. Yeah, all right, remember before this term when he said he was going to build the wall and Mexico was going to pay for it? How's that going? How's Mexico? How's their contribution going? That shit's like barely even, like, not much of it was done.
Exactly.
What else did he do? Did he say?
Man, please, that guy started his campaign the same way Hitler did,
Yeah.
demonizing a certain group of people, and then acting as if as if he was the fucking victim when they asked him about it, and they went at him about it.
Yeah.
That's what this whole thing has been about.
Yeah.
Gaslighting
Mm-hmm.
and pretending like everyone here's the victim and that we're suffering, and that America prior to during Obama, it was horrible. It was horrible in the United States. Like,
It's funny, yeah, because
really?
so blacks are playing the victim when they're talking about racial injustice, and factory workers aren't playing the victim when they're saying the Mexicans took our job, when it was really the machines who took your job for the most part.
Exactly. It's not.
That's not a victim complex.
Yeah. And the thing is that going back to what you just said about the jobs, it's crazy how they were so focused on cheap labor from Mexicans and immigrants and all that shit, but the company just got smart and said, "No, we're not that dumb.
Yep.
We're not that dumb.
Mm-hmm.
It's still another body. We're trying to replace
down,
that. Yeah. We're trying to replace having to support a human being.
Yep.
Okay." That's
yeah.
why, sooner or later at McDonald's, you'll probably have one guy working at fucking McDonald's to give you a refund.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Obama had better manufacturing numbers. He brought it up higher.
That's crazy.
At a higher percentage. And yeah, Trump did bring some back, but it wasn't much compared to Obama.
Yeah.
Obama, economically, every measure, the numbers weren't as high because he inherited a recession and he was the one bringing them up. Trump picked up where Obama left off, so obviously it's only gonna go up from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Obama really set this country in that trajectory, which is really a superficially good economy because hey, we got less unemployment, but the quality of jobs, bartending, it's bullshit. It's not. These aren't like quality jobs anymore.
Yeah, they're not exactly. They're not high paying, long term salary jobs that offer healthcare and 401ks
and prices of everything's going up and wages have been stagnant.
Yeah, exactly.
Wages have been stagnant under Trump.
Like,
under Obama too. Obama could have done something as well. That's one thing I don't like about him. But yeah, what's Trump doing about that? Obama wasn't here really running off that shit.
Yeah. Nah, man, it is what it is, though. It is what it is with in that aspect of it on Thursday. Or, we don't know, actually, because, let's say if some shit happens, like in 2001, when Bush won.
That was a travesty.
You've just seen videos of that shit, right?
Nah, what's up?
I remember living through that shit, and I think it was, a week where we didn't know who the fuck the president was. And mind you, I was a kid, but,
yeah.
I felt, and I knew enough because my dad was watching it on...
He was for Bush?
Oh, come on.
What was his excuse? Do you remember?
It's never an excuse.
He's just, yeah.
You know what's his excuse? Is that he's Cuban.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, my Cuban people, but yeah, a gargantuan majority of y'all is racist and just completely leading to the right side because of what happened to your country, and anybody that supports anything closely resembling democratic is a socialist and a communist. Yeah. And it's like, no, dude, but that's a whole different...
To me, they're really just following in line. Yeah. They're really just standing in line, they're following orders.
To me, that's what I feel it is. It's like the model minority. It's like
they're programmed like robots just to...
Yeah, it's just like, oh, we're here, so we have to behave. If not, they're going to take it all away from us. That's how I feel, honestly.
Yeah.
But you know what their rebuttal usually is? No, it's like we've been through communism or socialism, and we don't want it to happen in this country, and all this other shit.
If they're an affluent Cuban, ask them if they visited France.
Exactly.
Because that's more socialist than Venezuela.
Exactly.
It's not the greatest country, I assume, but it's definitely not Cuba.
Exactly, bro.
It's cool enough for you to visit, but I guess people do visit Cuba.
Yeah, but now with what Trump is putting into office, which is that he doesn't want American dollars being spent in Cuban things because they don't want to feed that.
Oh my God.
That government.
Oh my God.
It's like, word.
Okay, Cubans, you can't visit your family there if you do.
Nah, man, I don't know, bro. It's crazy shit that's going on, and I see it spreading, man. And my argument towards people who say that, oh, Biden's gonna bring socialism and all this other shit, it's like, first off, do you really think that a 77-year-old man who has 4 years in office is really gonna do that much change in just 4 years?
Yeah, weren't y'all saying he got nothing done in 47?
Yeah, yeah. Like that's one thing. That's a great point too. That you said.
Yeah.
Did you say he hasn't done shit 4 years in 40 some years? He's gonna do some shit in just
Yeah.
four.
How are you gonna
And
radically
something
flip
that I've always
America like
noticed.
that?
Something that I've always noticed.
Yeah.
Something that I've always noticed is that when revolutions do happen in countries, that shit takes years,
Yeah.
bro. It's not like it's like a from one day to the next. Everybody goes from fucking one thing to the next. No, man.
Mm-hmm.
But here's one thing that when it comes to like dictatorships coming into office, that roots itself and grows faster than revolutions do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Of course.
Because look how fast, look how long it took the Nazis to fall into power, and look how long it took France to become socialist.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Fuck.
Oh, there goes the boom.
Yep.
No, but yeah, man, it's I just find it nuts, bro. I made that correlation the other day. Like, if you notice how Hitler got into power super fast,
Mm-hmm.
how this guy out there in Venezuela, how he got into power.
Yeah.
They voted him in, but look how fast it took for them to take control.
Yeah.
And it's like, compared to now, the people trying to win the country back.
And look at Biden's record. It's pretty conservative. Him and Obama are conservative Democrats. So it just shows how little you look into things.
Yeah, exactly. That too. That's another thing.
Yeah. Because Biden was with the Republicans with the whole tough on crime shit.
Exactly.
He was with the
but-
Republicans.
Yeah,
on that.
exactly. But they don't look into that.
Now they're trying to just spinning it like it was just him.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, wouldn't that make y'all fucking happy?
Yeah, exactly. Like these guys are for all that shit.
Going back to what I was saying with immigrants getting that shit. I listened to Andrew Schultz's bit about that.
What do you say?
How he finds Cuban people crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That they're immigrants, you know, fleeing a country, right? They get here and they automatically
Yeah.
say, nah, immigration needs to stop. And
Yep.
all this shit needs to, you need to kick them out. There's too many people here. And all this other shit. And, like, they vote for Trump and all this. It's like, dog, keep America great again. You got here last week.
Yeah.
What in the fuck do you know about this country that goes into that? And I'm sure that somebody's going to sit there now, if they ever listen to this, and say, oh, he's fucking sounding racist. And all this shit. I'm like, hey, no, I'm just asking that question. I am just honestly asking that question. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking for an answer?
Yeah, I'm literally looking for an answer from somebody who is from that country. You know. And it's mind-boggling to me that they feel that way. Like I said, like when we were protesting, bro, we were leaving. And two refs, and I'll say that. I'll say it just like that. You know why? Because all the Hispanic kids that were born and raised here, that's what they call immigrants.
Yeah.
That's what we used to call immigrants.
Nah,
Why? Because
do.
they were refugees. And they were different from us.
Mm-hmm.
And we were Hispanic just like them. Just like them. And we would talk Spanish just like them.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? When we would speak English, that's what we would say. Just like how Dave Chappelle made that quaint observation of how rich white folk call poor white folk trash.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do. You know? So these immigrants that sit here and want to be all like, beep, 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 beep. Guess what? Not even your old people view you like the same way that you view yourselves here.
Funny. That's a funny take. That's
Like, don't come at me and on that shit, because back in the day there was a term for you, which I'm sure if a white person was saying that shit,
oh yeah,
they'd be called a racist and all this other horse shit.
Oh yeah.
You know? But it was Hispanic kids calling other Hispanic kids refs because they were just refugees and they didn't know English.
Yeah. I saw like an old people, one of them with a MAGA hat in Publix, Cuban, talking shit. amongst each other. And
No, and the thing is that then these Cubans don't even learn English.
yeah, exactly. But
it's the ones that don't even know English that are the most
it sucks because these
shit.
old people who might die tomorrow, judging by how Trump's dealing with COVID, they're the ones deciding the fate of the country when they don't know about technology like we do, about sources of energy. I'm sure they're not well read on any of these issues yet. They're, that's democracy, though. They get to have an opinion, but it's just crazy how uneducated a lot of the right wing base is.
Yeah, the populace in general, bro.
Yeah.
And how quick people are becoming so, like, oh, I have a different opinion than you, and I don't want to hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I find it shocking, but at the same time, I understand it, because there's times where you're trying to talk to somebody like that,
yeah,
and they're not offering you, like something that you can have a back and forth with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, to them, everything just seems so cut and dry. It's like this, it's like this, it's like this, and like this. When it's not. It's a whole lot of stuff before you get to this.
Yeah.
And you got to know all this other stuff before you truly understand this. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And it's like, what are you trying to, like, achieve here with your argument? You know what I'm saying? Because facts is facts. Like, you can't go around them.
It's like they don't know. They're allergic to facts because their president is allergic to facts. Like, he is out here. His narrative right now is the whole corruption, the Biden crime family. Sure, yeah, Hunter Biden, he profited off his dad's name, like a lot of politicians' kids, or even rich kids. Like, how many rich kids who don't know a fuck about their dad's business end up owning the business?
Exactly. And not only that, but he was on drugs. He was doing some drug addict shit. He was name dropping. If anybody...
Yeah. Or getting into private schools with shitty ass scores.
Exactly.
Jared Kushner was one of those.
Exactly, dog. That's what that was, dog. You name dropping. He was trying to get money using his pops' name. And he was a drug addict. That's what drug addicts do.
Yeah,
he was trying to get money for his drugs. Because that's what drug addicts do.
Yes.
And yeah, cool. Guess what? Everyone has somebody in the family that's like that.
Yeah, they got the fuck up, yeah.
And did he clean himself up?
He supposedly, yeah. At least he's clean now.
He put in the effort to clean himself up at least,
Yeah.
Pero coño, you're gonna be jumping on things like that. Like, what part of Biden's plan do people see socialism? I've asked that, and you know what's one of the answers?
What?
Guns. They're gonna take our guns. They're gonna take our guns. The same fucking argument that's been around for 20 years, or even longer than that. It's like, fuck that, bro. Fuck that shit. From first-hand experience, I know for a fact that in this country, it is extraordinarily easy to get a gun. Don't ask me how I know. Just know that I know.
I could see why they'd be scared of that, because Biden is responsible for the high-capacity magazine ban. That was part of the crime bill. So Biden is effective in taking your guns away. I'll give him that. But when he was vice president under Obama, gun sales, they spiked. He didn't end up taking your guns away. I think Trump actually placed like a gun restriction. I forgot exactly which one it was, but there's a gun restriction placed by Donald Trump. So Trump has actually showed more action. Well, more action than a lot of Dems have. You looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up right now. But yeah, coño, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So yeah, I could see that, but if you tell that to Biden's face, he'll say you're full of shit. He really did that, because there's a video of like a factory worker going to Biden. He's like, "You say you're gonna take away my guns?" He goes, "Hey, you're full of shit." Like, to his face. I never said that. You're full of shit. I have a gun. I hunt. This, that, and the other.
That sounds hilarious, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god.
And I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I never see it happening. It's just so embedded into America. But The back to Rogan. Um,
Yeah, let's go back because we went completely off the rails on that one.
it's related because I hear MMA actually is a sport with a really conservative fan base.
Oh no, yeah. Oh, it's that, bro. It's honestly,
Mm-hmm.
is that me growing up, and this was how I used to look at the world. This is just, and I guess politics now. You know, if you want to bring it up into like politics like that, I used to have like my rap. I used to associate rappers with being Democrats
Yeah,
and shit like that. You know what I mean? And like I saw basketball as like a very demo. I've always watched it
it
like
is.
like that. Like as a little kid, I used to be like, yeah, like I associate certain sports with this, and football used to be that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, football has always been a very conservative sport, even
Yeah.
though there's like a bunch of black dudes in it.
Yep.
You know, and like NASCAR
Of
is,
course.
you know, and I've always noticed that with MMA, if there is, if you break it down into that, there's an easy 5149 percentage
Yeah.
when it comes to, at least that's how I look at it, because I'm a newcomer of all this MMA shit in
Mm-hmm.
that sense. Like I've just been watching the sport. I don't really talk to too many people
Yeah.
that are fucking MMA people. But yeah, like it feels like that. It feels like all of them, all the fans were tap out. They drink Monster. They fucking, you know, the typical fucking conservative white boy that likes that shit. Shit.
Because Dana White is an open Trump supporter.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were friends before and whatnot. But yeah, apparently.
But dude, so was Russell Simmons. But that motherfucker told him straight out, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I forgot which comedian said it. I think it was Cat Williams said it. White people, that's why y'all need more black friends. But yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah, it's just a week before the election. Rogan enables these people to, like, the agenda is clear. Like, it's a clear agenda because he did a Zoom meeting with Matthew McConaughey. He could have gotten anybody on the left, at least one person on the left after Alex Jones, but he got one on the left who was critical of Biden. Like, you really only want to show one side of the picture. Sure, you may not like Biden, but like, hey, how about you get someone who might like have a different opinion? Because everybody you have just clearly hates one candidate and throws softballs at the other. So I like he. I feel like politically I really don't know where he stands. Because he says he's on the left and certain opinions, yes, but it's almost like he changes it every day.
See, the only thing that I found here about, I'm sorry, Trump with the guns,
Right.
going back to that, is he just tweeted shit.
Ah, okay.
Big amendment believer, but background checks to weed out the sickos are fine. Like that's it. Like, oh no, my bad. In 2017, he signed a bill into law rolling back. Oh no, my bad. Trump signed a bill into law rolling back an Obama era regulation that made it harder for people with mental illness to purchase guns.
So it made it harder or easier?
No, he rolled it. He rolled an Obama era regulation
That made it
harder for people with mental illnesses to purchase guns. So it made it easier for people with mental illnesses to buy guns.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I guess he is helping them.
Yeah.
If that's what y'all want.
Yep. It is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
But that was just that. And then, like, because what I'm looking at is, like, a timeline that was created. And it just jumps back and forth. So, yeah, man. It's a back and forth thing. The latest thing that they had... Yeah, he just flip-flops.
Right.
Flip-flops back and forth with it. And it's like he says... I feel as if this guy says things so people like him. And then he only said so many things that like the left side until the point where it was like, all right, that's it. We don't even like you anymore, even if you do say good things about us or good things in our direction. Because you said enough bullshit,
of course,
to please your other side that we know what you're doing to a degree. So, whatever, man. I still feel like disheartened right now when it comes to the politics in our nation. Like super, super disheartened and where it's going. So it's, I don't know. It feels like 2016 all over again. And I guess in 2024 we'll see what comes out of this nation then, right?
Yeah, and I just feel like a guy with influence like Rogan should be, and he's critical of major media sites kind of being one sided. I just see the same behavior coming from him, and
Yeah, man, and the guy with that fucking following, with that
yeah,
size of a fucking following, keep your fucking opinions like as neutral as possible, and if be disruptive, at least be disruptive.
hmm
And when I say disruptive, fuck everybody's shit up, how you used to. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because yeah, man, like it's to me, if you're offensive to on both sides, then
hmm
whatever, do your thing. But if you're just gonna go at one side,
pretty much.
then your humor's whack to me, because I've seen it on both come from both sides, from the left and the right,
Yeah.
and it's just like, yo, like you're not.
Well, like
fucking
I
funny
don't
anymore.
mind if a leftist makes fun of right wing people only or vice versa. Just admit that you're a right winger.
Exactly,
Just
that too,
admit. I don't want you pretending that you're unbiased.
for real.
That's my only problem with Rogan, because Steven Crowder, his whole shit's making fun of left people. Of course, he's a conservative by any means. I'll call it stupid. I'll point the holes in his shit, but I do not mind that at all. I just like genuine. I just like people being genuine, and Joe Rogan to me right now is not very genuine right now. He he
Yeah,
just has a clear.
he. I remember once in one of his podcasts, he was talking about how freeing podcasts are, that you can say whatever you want and all this other shit, and and now it just feels like he's censoring himself in one direction.
Yeah.
And I say that because like I feel as if like his personality, the whole fucking macho, I need to fucking do this,
Yeah.
alpha male shit, it resides more with like the right wing,
Of course.
I guess.
Of course.
And that's what he likes, and that's, I guess, who he feels his true fan base is at. And it's like, whatever, bro. And I'm sure there's people in his own circle that are looking at it going, damn, dog. Or you never know, maybe a lot of those fucking comedians también are fucking like that, and they just don't express
Maybe.
their political sides to the point where you don't know.
Yeah, maybe. What you gonna call it? Damn, I already forgot what I was gonna say.
Because I remember being surprised by many a times of certain people who came out as Republicans, and it's like, wow.
Like which ones?
Like, I can't remember. Oh, well, for example, this guy, mind you, this was me because I was a kid and I didn't know politics like that, and again, associating art with Democrats. You know what I mean?
So which one?
This fucking actor, what's his name? The one that comes out in Family Guy. Oh my god, that he was
James Woods.
James Woods.
Yeah.
I never Did you see? I saw him in fucking Any Given Sunday.
He's in a lot of movies.
And it's like, damn, dog. Like, I never imagined that guy being,
He's a lunatic, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because like
being
Vince Vaughn's apparently a Republican, but he's like not crazy. He just keeps. He just has his opinions, but you don't see him tweeting and believing all these stupid conspiracy shits.
Exactly. That's. Why can't we just go back to that? Keep fucking conspiracy theories on the fringe. Yeah. Keep them on the fringe, and and keep them there. Now, it's crazy because I remember people saying keep religion out of politics.
Oh boy!
Now you have to fucking keep conspiracies and religion out of politics.
Oh boy! Some are combined.
Yeah, yeah, that's the crazy part, that you still have these fucking politicians that still come up here with their fucking crazy religious side, and they believe certain things because of the Bible, and they want to mix it up with their fucking political beliefs. Now we're gonna have to worry about fucking certain politicians who have conspiracy theories coming into office.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
And my thing is that with these conspiracy theories, motherfuckers, like what do you expect them to do? Just run into the government like, "Hey, let's see all the papers. Whip out the papers. I want the papers. I want the
Yeah.
emails. I want all this shit out and about now. No, that shit ain't gonna happen. You're never gonna get somebody that's gonna walk into the fucking White House and be like, "Wait, show me the aliens. I
And
want to see all
just
the aliens." What? What are you talking about?
it's just when you have a president who lies so much, because I'll say it again, every president lies. Obama's lied, Hillary has lied a bunch of times,
Bro, if
Biden.
they're a politician, they're going to fucking lie to you.
But the way just Trump is just every other word is a
Yeah, bro, like I don't get that shit.
no, but like this distorts truths, and then I guess these people just don't have the either the mental capacity or the will to fact check Trump. They just believe everything he says. So in the debates, when he's rapid firing shit, it's gonna stick.
Just random shit too, bro.
And people like, and I don't know, for some reason people give him a pass because he's calling out Biden. He's calling Biden Sleepy Joe, but he's dumb. He's not dumb. He has dementia. He can't remember people's names. Yet there's compilations of Trump like not knowing people's
doing
names,
the same thing,
doing the same shit. Trump barely able to hold a cup of water on the same side that he. There's another video of him walking, and in that same side, his whole leg is fucked up. So it's clear that the stroke rumors were true, the ones that Mike Pence did not answer for. He diverted the question. So Trump, like I've never heard Rogan mention Trump's strokes or Trump's gaffes or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. The guy.
And he mentions Hunter Biden when again Trump. He made 13 million from Turkey over his presidency, which is a huge conflict of interest. Number one. And number two, he paused an investigation on a corrupt bank that was laundering money and breaking sanctions. Trump stopped that after receiving 13 million from the country. You don't find that suspicious, Joe? You rather talk
Like
about
I remember seeing the video that's been documented, and I saw it on YouTube, of Joe Rogan telling, what's his boy, the from the fighter and the kid.
Brian Callen?
No, not
Brendan
Brian.
Schaub?
Yeah, Brendan Schaub. He was telling Brendan Schaub when it's like, yo, it's time for you to like hang it up.
Yeah.
Like, he got real serious with him.
Yeah.
And shit like that. Like right now, I just feel he needs that to be like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like I remember when your show was real fucking like at least me, and I started listening to his fucking show in 2016
Yeah.
or 2015.
Yeah, I started in like 2011.
You know, I started listening around that time. And why I even started listening to it is because of the vibe that it gave off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody was chill. We're talking bullshit. It isn't the radio. It's, you know, cracking jokes, telling stories, you know, saying inspirational shit, talking about drugs, you know, bullshit.
Yep.
You know, and then on occasion you'll have, like, one fucking person come in that says some ridiculous shit, and it felt like, you know, like a good, you know, just a chill out shit. But now it's like it's only, it feels like if it's like, yeah, you can chill here, but unless you gotta be like us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just became a right-wing country club, bro.
Exactly. But here's the thing, though. Even though it's a right wing country club, they let everyone in.
Yeah.
But the people who get the extra perks are the Republicans. if you ask me. But yeah, man. And it's not hating. It's just me as a fan. Because honestly, like, hearing him and his reason of why he wanted to do podcasting was one of the reasons why I decided to do fucking podcasting. You know? Because we get to say whatever the fuck we want. We express our opinions. And we get to connect with, you know, strangers. You know, and even if you don't agree with us or whatever, we can still have a dialogue, a real dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I just know on this show at least you wouldn't get that if we got our 100 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From fucking Spotify, I wouldn't want that shit. Like I wouldn't want to have just one side coming in. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I truly am, like, I feel I am truly someone in the middle. Because like I say, I have certain views that don't agree on one side, that agree to the other side, that don't agree. For example, abortions, dog. I'm all for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for them. I am. And at the same time, guess what? I believe in the death sentence. And I believe in fucking frying everybody that's on that shit. That deserves it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I just go, and I just believe other things. I just believe things that just sit just in the middle of politics. And I truly believe that that's how it should be. Because politics is that, coming to an understanding. That's something that I've spoken to, like, certain Trump supporters that I personally know. And they're like, yeah, you know, because they take the politics out of things. This when Trump was getting put into office, it was like, yeah, because he takes the politics out of this thing, and politics takes too long. And it's like, yeah,
How long has that wall been taken?
exactly.
That secret healthcare plan that never got placed.
Because of the, you know what's the retort to that? And this is me playing devil's advocate because I've had this argument. So it's the Democrats. It's the Democrats.
How?
It's the Democrats.
Like, they could literally pass anything on the table right now. McConnell. What are you talking about?
Is it wasn't his name Crazy Mitch or some shit like that?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that guy.
No, but with his purple hands.
Yeah. Yeah, like, they literally have everything. They got the courts now. What are you talking about, the Democrats?
Yeah, but like, going back to what I'm saying, that happens. Wait, what was I saying? Shit, I lost my train of thought.
That he couldn't do healthcare because of the Democrats.
Oh yeah, no, but what I'm saying is that I've spoken with certain, you know, Republicans, and that's what they tell you. It's just like, oh, the Republicans, the Democrats are holding. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. They're saying that the reason they voted for him originally was because he took the politics, all that politically correct stuff out of politics. Like, yo, but that's the thing. It's called politically correct because you're dealing with politics. You're not fucking playing Yahtzee.
No, I'm gonna get a mechanic who's gonna take it. Who's not a mechanic. Who he's gonna take the mechanic out of the mechanic and do the greatest job of my car.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He's gonna subvert it, do something completely different from mechanics.
You know why I'm aware of these basketball shoes? You know why I'm aware of these basketball shoes, Jeff?
Why?
Because they take the football out of football.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
If I showed up to a fucking football field with fucking basketball shoes, they're gonna look at me and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. He's gonna treat it like a business. Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna treat government like a business?
Okay.
Like, what are you? You can't do that.
Yeah, they don't know.
You know what this is too? You know what this is? Remember how a while back you and me were having a discussion about hip hop, and how, like, now hip hop is becoming everything. Like,
sure.
Everything is becoming everything because everyone just wants to blend everything.
Yeah.
Like, the internet has caused that, like a mixture of shit. Like, back in the day, things were very like, separated and very defined, you know, and they knew their place to a degree, you know, and that's why the genre of experimental music was what it was. That's why it was called experimental music. You know, you took hip hop and you put fucking rock with it, and you did that, and then you put this, you put that into it, right?
Yeah.
I feel as if, like, they're just trying to do everything. You know, everybody's just trying to mix everything with everything and everything with nothing. You know what I mean? In this country, at least, and that's why I feel as if politics are just becoming a very non-defined thing.
Yeah, I could see it.
Because this guy came into office and he's turned it into
a reality show.
A fucking reality show. And I've read enough articles from news companies from other countries, and what they're saying is that we're a fucking joke. We are a joke to the world. That's what it's saying. And it's sad, man.
No, yeah, and the freaking the supporters they're at the butt of the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's at your expense.
Exactly, man. Eh, I remember seeing, like advertisements back in the day of how politics were in the 50s. Like I've seen videos. I'm sorry, uh, and it was so much more different. Like people never spoke about that type of shit.
You don't talk politics in the dinner table.
Yeah, you don't talk politics at the dinner table. You you were friends with your neighbor, and then you were friends and hey, let's have a beer at lo otro, and you would barely ever speak politics. Like people were very private about that, and now it's just I think it's because of obviously social media. Everybody needs to fucking express everything they need because their camera is the biggest camera in the fucking world, and they're the star. You know, and that has like it really has ruined a lot of shit. This social
And
media.
everybody's in their own echo chamber.
Yeah, yeah,
Left and right.
yeah. There's a reason why, like on my Instagram, I follow very little people. Like I follow tiny, tiny, tiny snippets of people that I personally know. Because like I don't care for your politics. Like I don't care for your politics. Like I really, really don't care for your politics, because that shows me a side of you that you've kept away from people, and I can see why. There's a reason for it because it's that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about it being Republican or Democratic, but I mean that way of expressing your politics in such a brutal type of way. You know what I mean? That is just like how I see it. Like for example, with the Trumps, with Trump's people, fucking caravanning. They almost ran that fucking Biden truck off the road in Texas.
Yep.
And then he retweeted, "DK,
I love
Texas." You're a fucking piece of shit, dog.
Yeah, how many people were in that bus, bro? That's must have been terrifying.
Yeah. There's a snippet of John McCain when he was running against Obama that I showed it to you the other day, where he was like at one of those town hall thingies, or like where it's a Q&A with regular citizens, and the lady comes out, she's like, "He's a dick, like one of these fucking rednecks, like one of these fucking people that I guess Trump supporters like to, portray themselves as, or that they really are."
Yeah.
And John McCain is like, "No, ma'am. No, ma'am. He is an American citizen, and he was born here, and he is a good man. It's just that him and I just have different political views." And you see the difference there? I wouldn't mind sitting at a bar with John McCain,
Yeah.
having a beer, than I would with any Trump supporter, bro.
It's funny because what was Trump doing at that time? He was the guy at the forefront of the whole birther movement. That's when he would go on Fox and be like, "Oh, Obama's not from here."
Exactly.
Funny, he was a Democratic donor before that, but then when a black man gets the job, he's he's not from here. Then he starts becoming all right wing, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And when Joe Rogan lived in Los Angeles, he was very left, because he even said it himself. He was very leftist. He said it himself.
Yeah.
Like he said it himself.
Yeah, he said that, but then I guess the whole media is definitely rallying against Trump. Deserved, I don't see how he doesn't think it's undeserved. And not all sides are have a liberal bias, but like a lot of them, they're probably run by liberals, or the journalists they hire are liberals, so there's more of a left leaning opinion. It's just unfortunate that conservatives aren't really the ones out there going for journalism or literature degrees. It's really left, because when you go to college, it's almost all left. So those are the people who are writing these articles and editing these articles. So it's just unfortunate. So if you guys believe in capitalism and Republican values, you got to pull yourself up from your bootstraps. You create your own CNN and you do your right news.
No,
your
what
right
are you talking
news.
about? They already do have a CNN. It's called Fox.
Nah, but like they want more, because they say, oh, it's just Fox and a few of these other sites. There's not that many conservatives compared to liberal.
Yeah.
Well, if that's your problem, why don't you do that? Just like if you get banned off Twitter, why don't you create your own Twitter? Pull
Yeah.
yourself for your bootstraps, bro. It's capitalism, baby.
Yeah. Capitalism at its finest.
Conservative values.
So what you're telling me is that so socialists who are trying to gain power not only played the game, but they won at the game, and now they want to change the game. That's another thing that I realized. Like, you're telling me that these socialists who have gained billions of dollars in the past, Mark Zuckerberg, take him for example. Take him. He seems to me, he's Jewish. He seems to me like he's a left.
Yeah, Jews are usually left.
Well, I don't know. This is last week I saw a caravan of Jews for Trump.
It's mostly just like you saw just like you saw Latinos for Trump here.
That's true. That's true. And no, but what I'm saying, like, you're telling me that Mark Zuckerberg, a Jewish kid, I don't know where the fuck he's from. I don't care as much. He's my age, by the way, which is insane. So you're telling me that this kid who grew up in the United States, he seems like I said, like he seems democratic. He created the most powerful propaganda machine on the planet. And now he's going to be a socialist. Jeff Bezos has played the capital game, the capitalism game, has won. Because to me, that's winning at capitalism, what he's done. And now he's just going to become a socialist? Really? Like, come on, man. Like, do you know what? Do these people really know what goes into this type of shit? Do they understand that? Like, what goes into becoming a socialist country? Do you understand how poor this country would get? Do you think socialists want those companies leaving our country? Like, think about it, Jeff. I'm asking you. Like, it's ridiculous to think that in 4 years, a 77-year-old man is going to turn this fucking country into a socialist country. We have more to lose on any political party if that happens. And I mean on any side. If this, they want to talk about freedoms, but economically, like, the impact will be gargantuan. So whatever, man. And it's not like the corporations don't run our country already as it is.
Yeah, they're the ones buying out the politicians, and Trump himself is a corporation, and
yeah, exactly.
He's doing like our foreign policy is being altered because of that.
Exactly.
As we saw with Turkey, Joe.
Exactly.
Sleepy Joe. Joe Biden's net worth is only like $9 million. So if he's like crooking, like he's either hiding really well or
yeah, for real. His fucking.
Well, he has a lot of dirty money.
Yeah, his dirty money must be hidden under the computer banks of the Cayman Islands, because for real, so you can't compare it.
Yo, you made more from Turkey during your presidency than this guy has in assets and liquid, all that shit.
Exactly.
So where's the so if he was making money from Hunter, it wasn't much.
For real, Hunter hooked everybody up. No, man, no. Well, yeah, bro. Joe, to me, like, he's become like one of those. I don't want to sit here and be like a false prophet.
No.
But like one of those people that kind of lets you down.
Of course.
And it would be dope to see like his show go back to that like chilled out vibe.
Yeah, just comedians, fun people.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy because I think I was talking to Armando and we really didn't get into the conversation. But it felt like he was gonna tell me it was like, oh, but it eventually happens.
What?
Like where they just turn like that. And I guess money does change.
It's been gradual. With Joe, it's been gradual because him having all those guests on a bunch of times, like the Ben Shapiro's and whatnot, that was already a sign.
I can imagine what his comedian friends think.
I know Duck and Trustle's like not a fan of Ben.
Oh no, of course. Porque tipo un come mierda.
Well, actually, you're a cancer patient. Well, you don't deserve universal health care because it impedes on my rights as an American. The Constitution.
It's like, yeah,
You're dying. Facts don't care about your
like,
feelings.
Like for real, like he comes across as the type of person to try to describe the ghetto situation to somebody that lives in the ghetto. Like
Yeah.
Shapiro. Like he seems like that type of person.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you know why you live here? Because you don't try hard enough. What?
Yeah, dude.
You just gotta pull yourself up from your bootstraps.
Yeah, you gotta pull your bootstraps and get going. Right. Right. It's sad. It's sad. It's like, yeah, dog, the rich Jewish kid is gonna explain to me how it is to be fucking poor. Get the fuck out of my face, man.
Yeah, the failed screenwriter.
Yeah. The guy who wrote a book that was trash.
Yeah, apparently that book was horrible.
Trash. But man, the climate is crazy out here, man. It's getting hectic, and I feel as if he loses, the people to start a civil war will be his side. Like
I think so.
I think there will be violence in the streets because of a Republican, like. Now, and it's not even like, and the crazy thing is, it's not even like people within the government itself. Like, it's not the people sitting in the chairs.
Yeah.
It's like the fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're like repping a set always.
Like I've always picked up on that. Like, for example, the Jets and the Dolphins. I've always said that I hate the Jets fans more than the Jets themselves.
Yeah.
And when you can say the same thing about a politician and his followers, you know the situation is fucked up.
It's sad because like Trump, a lot of the stuff he's saying, I assume he knows it's to rile up his fans and to get more attention from the media and then persuade people. He's a marketing, at least his team, they're marketing wizards. I feel like they chose the color red just because they probably did like a focus test and found the most hateful tone of red, and then just made that like
that fucking grand wizard red.
Yeah, they just got that, and it's just fucking like the scene in Borat where you see Trump and Epstein, and the way Borat was like looking at the screen, gazing like impressed, like wow, like I guess that's really what these uneducated people get from Trump, and like the man downstairs gets from Bolsonaro. Like someone to be an alpha to stand behind, you know, a tough guy.
Yeah,
he markets.
and that's the crazy thing is, like a lot of these like super like Trump dudes are like they're fucking alpha males.
Trump's kind of a sissy.
It's like they're fucking. I'll fucking hunt my meat and skin it and eat it, and I'll fucking jump into the ocean with some sharks after I fucking do 3 hours of MMA and mudding and all this other horse shit, right? But then you follow a motherfucker that won't do a fucking thing like that.
Yeah, he doesn't do
None
shit.
of the things that one of his supporters are willing to do or that they categorize as alpha male.
Literally,
that dude will never do.
He's literally a pinky up, silver spoon kid. Literally.
Yeah. Yo, at least Barack Obama played basketball, my nigga.
Yeah, he played ball. Yeah, you're right.
Just the other day, dog, that shit was hard. You saw that shit? He came up in that clip that we saw?
Yeah.
3, and as he walked away with his mask, it's what I do.
And what Trump does, Trump is rich. He's a rich guy. What does he do? He eats KFC and watches Fox News. That's what he does in his spare time.
Yeah.
And like
that's the only
literally,
that's
you
the
can
only
literally
thing in common.
trace.
That's the only thing in common
that they have.
Is that he'll probably eat KFC and watch Fox News.
You could literally trace Fox News broadcasts and Trump tweets like soon after.
Yeah.
About the same subject.
Exactly.
Like he gets his politics from Fox News.
Thank you.
So it's perfect for the people who watch Fox News because he's already in code.
Yeah.
So
he's stuck in the Fox News algorithm.
And he's got people repping Trump while he's not even campaigning.
Yeah.
People were wearing MAGA hats, all that. Like I never saw anybody with an Obama shirt years after the president. I didn't see any of that. Clinton, Bush, not even with Bush. You never saw people like that.
You know, if Joe Biden does win, I feel as if like we're gonna see so much more of that.
MAGA hats.
We're gonna see the MAGA hats, and we're gonna see the flags, and we're gonna see the bumper stickers. You know what? And it's like I hope I do. I hope I get to see more of that if Joe Biden wins, So I
Yeah.
can look at you and be like, y'all still lost, right?
It's just like the Confederates still rocking the flag.
Oh no, exactly. Like, look, if this guy doesn't win, his shit is gonna be. You're gonna see his shit around for fucking 20, 30 years. We'll probably see that shit for forever, bro. Just because people are treating him the same way that they treat that Confederate flag. Like his followers treat
Yeah.
that flag the same way that they treat him like they treat that flag. It's like some fucking like as if God came down and gave it to them themselves, my dude.
And it's sad because they are the dupees. They're the ones getting duped. And
Yep.
it's just sad because, yeah, like we said, Trump's a silver spoon guy who's portraying himself as like
Yeah.
a worker's man, alpha male kind of guy. He really doesn't care about you. He's just using you to cut Jeffrey Epstein's taxes, to cut Bill Gates' taxes, George Soros' taxes, Mark Zuckerberg's, Chris Cuomo, all these guys are getting breaks.
Yeah, exactly. All the pedos are getting their breaks.
All the pedos are getting breaks, right?
Yeah, the pedos,
The corporation.
all the corporations, everything that they're against is still fucking, is getting everything that they're
want.
getting.
Yeah.
Or they want.
They're benefiting now, the elites.
Yeah, exactly. So, this is like Dave Chappelle said. I think I said it last episode. Dave Chappelle said when he went to go vote, he saw a lot of Americans, a lot of naive Americans. They were saying a lot of naive, poor people shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it best because they were saying things like, Trump's gonna go to the White House, he's gonna work for me, and all this other shit. And like he was sitting there going, you dumb motherfuckers.
It's been 4 years.
He's not going to office for you. He's going to office for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was and why he says that is because Dave Chappelle is a millionaire. Okay? He ain't there for me. He hasn't done shit for me. I'll say it again. He hasn't done shit for me. I lost my job because this corona shit wasn't taken care of correctly. And that's how I feel. I honestly feel that. Company that let me go gave me a certain reason, but I know what it was. The result of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to know how you take care of this bullshit? You should pay attention to the fucking scientist set up a fucking stimulus that takes care of people for 2 months. Close down the nation for 2 months. Literally, close it down for 2 months. The only things that should be open are hospitals and fucking grocery stores. Everything else needs to be closed the fuck down. Okay? Provide every business and every fucking person with a number, according to each business, that will be able to sustain that business for at least 2 months before opening back up, And guess what? I'm sure in 2 months they could have taken care of that shit, especially in this country.
Yeah, these fossil fuel companies, they're getting subsidies. The Jeff Bezos, he really, really came out on top during all of this.
Yeah, man.
That dude, he's probably making more now than before, I assume.
Well, of course, because now the country's locked down.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, there's certain people that don't want to go out to the grocery stores. There's people that don't want to go to malls and all that shit. So, and what are they doing? They're just buying shit.
So
from
that
home.
and those tax cuts, guys, that dude, captain industry right there.
Exactly, a titan of industry, a modern day J.D. fucking Rockefeller.
Yeah, he has his own economy. Amazon's its own market.
Man. Yeah, now they're gonna fucking have the Amazon fucking supermarkets. Which, by the way, the Mexicans ain't taking their jobs. The fucking robots are gonna do all of it. If you've seen videos of that shit, it's literally just fucking grabbing something and putting it in your cart and leaving with it. And your shit gets charged.
I want to know what Alex Jones has to say about the corporations.
Yeah. For real, I want to know where he stands with them now.
Yeah, I got to check that out. I don't know. So I really don't. He might have something to say, but I don't know.
And it's crazy. 2020 was supposed to be such a great year.
Yeah.
I remember last year, like all the memes talking, oh, fucking, this is happening on a weekend. This is look, Halloween. That was on a Saturday.
Yeah.
We pretty much had 2 days of Halloween.
It was a rainy ass Saturday in Miami.
Yeah.
Weren't really able to do much.
Well, what the fuck? It's Miami. If it's not raining, it's really, really hot.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, we had technically 2 days of Halloween. Friday and Saturday. We could have.
Yeah.
But because of this bullshit. You know? But it is what it is, man. People didn't listen. And it's crazy. I remember when I first started hearing about this virus.
Yeah.
Last year. It was last year. It was around December.
Yeah.
And I saw it on Reddit that the world news section of Reddit was like, oh, there's a pandemic happening in China. And it looks like it's affecting, the elderly.
Yeah.
And it's not bad yet todo. And then that shit exploded, though.
Apparently China's doing fine now, but I don't know whether to
I don't trust motherfucking China. If they said that,
yeah, that's
shit.
right. Yeah, I wonder if there's any Americans still there, like who were locked there or could go there.
No, I don't trust shit that comes out of China now.
Yeah,
like information wise.
I don't think it's that hard to record shit in there.
Or have you heard how it is out there?
Nah.
Oh yeah, they're tapped into everything those people own.
Even VPNs? No, like no. No, I'm talking about like foreigners in there with like NordVPN, because like, I was there, I was able to freely record whatever I wanted.
My bad. Yo, that could have been hilarious. Imagine we would have just jumped into a VPN commercial.
NordVPN.
Because if they weren't, NordVPN has their back.
Yeah.
No, but isn't it that they're like super tapped into these people's like information and
no, I of course.
Like all their
course.
internet is censored as fuck.
Nah, but like I'm sure a foreigner could get in there and record, but I don't know if they could still do that now since it's been closed there.
But that's the thing that you can record whatever you want. I mean information.
No,
like,
yeah,
numbers,
but like
what the
I'm
fuck are
sure.
the numbers?
I wonder if there's footage of like China fine right now.
Because I remember people in New York. Like there's some Dominican guy. I was like, look, mira, look, look, all the hospital, nobody in the hospital, and everybody saying that it was full.
That's true. The
So,
Dominican guy.
So like my thing is
nah, but like that's just one source. You gotta get multiple.
Exactly,
sources,
exactly.
But I wonder if there
I
is.
feel.
I wonder if there is.
As a government, they're not gonna let out those numbers. They're not.
No, the numbers definitely not. But numbers, I want to know if like even life is back to normal. That's what I want.
I'm sure that it is because the government wants it that way. But they're not telling you what's going on. Like they're not telling you that. Look, we opened everything up and everything seems fine.
Right.
But the numbers are still through the roof. There's this many people dying.
Well,
the true numbers, I don't think they'll ever release them just because China is China.
Yeah, numbers wise, I don't know, but
China.
But yeah, probably. I'm sure there's some accounts that have left. Personal accounts.
Of Americans? Shit.
Americans, yeah, or I don't know.
Maybe.
People are crafty with tech, man.
That is true. For example, that kid, did you ever see that story with the kid that took a picture on top of one of the pyramids of Giza?
No.
The government got there and they made him erase everything on his phone. But come on. He wasn't going to just fucking...
What did he end up doing?
He ended up like saving them on some other shit.
Yeah, of course.
And he had them. Like he had all the photos and he posted them online. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, though. It's crazy. And the closer we get, I still don't trust none of them polls, dog.
I've never been polled, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know anyone who's ever been polled, or I don't know where they're getting that from.
For real. We could just hope to make do. And if he wins, man, we gotta just keep him in check and keep the spotlight on him as much as possible. If you keep him complaining, that's how you know you're doing your thing.
Yep.
Like as reporters out there, I beg them, and the big news reporting things that just keep Trump complaining, because when the dictator stops complaining, that's when you know you have an issue. Like how much? Like let me ask you, how much during the whole rise, the whole power climb, and when they finally got their grasp
Yeah.
around Germany, I wonder how much of that attacking of the Jews, how much of that propaganda, like, did Hitler get thrown back at him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how much complaining he did in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way they make it seem as if the Nazis showed up and they were like, "Oh, yeah, we're here and now we're taking over and it's time to get the Jews off the planet."
Yeah.
You know, I doubt it was like that. I want to know the entities, I guess you can say, that tried to make that pushback and how they tried to make that pushback against the Nazi party from taking power. I want to know who was in. You know, I'm probably after this show, I'm probably gonna look into it. But yeah, I want to see exactly who was pushing back. You know what I mean?
That thing you sent, I don't. Again, like you said that he might have over exaggerated on certain things, but he was saying that Hitler was looked at as a joke, that Mussolini called him a clown or something like that.
Exactly. Like nobody really took him serious.
Yeah, similar to Trump, like they both look ridiculous. They're like human cartoons.
Exactly.
Trump and Hitler, and then apparently the KKK started off as a joke too, and then that became like real and pretty bad back then. So yeah, a lot of shit just starts off as a joke, and then little before you know, it's become something that's very problematic.
Yeah, as you can see how it's happening.
And I'm not gonna say Trump is as bad as Hitler, but he's using Hitler-like marketing techniques. He probably modeled himself after that.
And his followers
Yeah.
follow him like followers did Hitler. They're willing to hurt you.
Yep.
They're willing to hurt you directly. Fuck damaging property. Because, you know, that's for the fucking Black Lives Matter people. Yeah, these motherfuckers out here straight up attack. I can show you a video of a grown man attacking little kids, some teenage girls.
Damn, bro.
You know? And it's like, okay, they're willing to really, really hurt people out here, bro. They really are. And that's why I'm a Democrat that believes in his gun rights.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, man, fuck that bullshit. You gonna show up to my house with some bullshit. Get your fucking shit blown back, bro. Fuck that. Get out of here. But I'm just one person talking bullshit. Don't listen to me. Like Joe Rogan says, don't listen to me. I'm just a person I'm a dumb person that tries to learn from smarter people. I don't try to learn from other dumb people. The only thing that you can learn from a dumb person is how to not perform the same mistakes. But whatever, man.
And it looks like they're gonna perform the same mistake tomorrow or on election day.
No, on Thursday. No, not Thursday. Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday's the 3rd. Yeah, even on Google Calendars it says it. Election day. General elections. You know, that's another thing. I truly believe that election day should be considered a holiday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people are working.
Like a federal holiday.
There's a Trump supporter wearing a mask, but it's cut out over where the mouth is.
Say what?
Say
that one more time.
So he cut out the mouth part of a mask. Look, he's wearing it like how it covers Captain America's mouth.
That's hilarious.
Like a freaking superhero mask. How it doesn't cover the mouth.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. But hey, man, I don't know, man. I'm just one person.
I want to debate a Trump in person.
Huh?
I want to debate him in person.
Like that guy?
No, just any Trump supporter. Just bring up some of the fallacies of their shit.
There it is. Jeff Long on the Primo Suprimo podcast has laid his gauntlet down and said that he will debate any Trump supporter. Would you do it on a?
Well, I like one from Miami.
Yeah,
Miami
of course,
one,
obviously.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd be down, yeah.
Oof, I would love to sit there and listen to both of you.
And we gotta have a fact checker.
Dude, I'll sit there with I'll be the fucking
Yeah,
fact checker.
because you fact checked me. Yeah, I heard that Trump did some shit with guns, but yeah, he fact checked, and yeah, I was wrong. So it's good to always have a fact checker with you.
Yeah.
And always propose to look something up when you say it,
Exactly.
so you can back it up.
That's another thing too, man. Like
So
nowadays,
I wasn't lying. I was just wrong.
yeah, it's just wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's another
Now I
thing.
know.
That's another thing too. Like nowadays, people take you saying something wrong as a lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no, they thought it was this and they were wrong.
Yeah, and a lot of Trump supporters, they believe in what he says, and yeah, they may not think it, they may not know it's untrue. It's just they're duped into believing it. Again, duper and dupee,
Yeah.
and he's got you repeating their talking.
The great Frank Reynolds said that in this country there are dupers and dupies. He says, "I'm a duper. You children are a dupee."
Life. I feel bad for them. Some of them.
Yeah, man. Like it's almost like that saying that a crazy person will do the same thing. Excuse me. A crazy person will do the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different outcome
Yeah, the definition of insanity.
of insanity. Yeah, and yeah, man, that has to be crazy. Like you, like for example, these white people these trailer park trash ass people
Yeah,
that have never had anything under a Republican president or any president.
yeah.
Like they just sit to one side and they're like, "Nah, we're sticking to this one side." And it's like, word, like you live in a trailer, you know, and you want what? You live off the government and you want what?
Yeah, the Republican states like are poorer. They do less. They contribute less to the government. They need more aid.
Yeah.
And that's really just why it doesn't make sense for them to vote Republican. They're really just voting against their best interest. Because they're not in the best economic shape, a lot of these states, the people within them.
For the simple fact that no one wants to live there. If you want to talk about capitalism, how has capitalism helped some of these poor ass states? How?
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
Like no one wants to go to your fucking state, bro.
Yeah.
You know, nobody. You gotta have some attraction, some type of interest in your state. Like nobody brings interest to these states. And the thing is that these states at the same time are like, we're fucking fine. We don't need that many people. It's like, yeah, you don't, but you're poor.
It's just one thing that I noticed as well, that a difference between conservative channels and democratic channels for political commentators is I noticed the conservative ones is pretty much in agreement with everything Trump does, everything the right does. It's pretty much constantly deflecting any criticisms against them, whereas the Democrat ones like the Young Turks and the Majority Report and Secular Talk, all these shows, they are constantly going after the shitty Democrats, the Hillary Clintons, the Joe Bidens, the Nancy Pelosi's, that they're constantly going after Democrats who are not going for they're not really standing for liberal values.
Yeah.
Whereas the conservatives is just sucking Trump's dick. It's really, and this guy, I guess CNN, they're kind of like very very in bed with the establishment Democrats, and they're actually calling out the real progressives. I guess that's where Joe's coming from. But when it comes to Republicans themselves, they're just no better. They're just no better. They're no better at calling out their own. And when it comes to independent media, it's usually the liberals calling out their own people, and the conservatives even more.
Yeah. But here's the thing with like at least conservatives, like they can be called out for so much more, and it's so much easier to just call them out on shit, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, just like CNN has a lot of missed opportunities, because if they were really liberal media, they would have focused on other avenues besides like the Russia collusion. Although it seemed to be, it's fishy, the Russia thing. I mean, how many people, 6 indicted officials from Trump's administration, like something's going on there. They're really trying to block evidence and witnesses, all that shit. So there's something going on there, and you got Trump's kids talking about, yes, we have investors from Russia, and then denying it. Like there's some shit to that,
Bro,
but like they could have been talking about like Trump, like again,
Right,
the Turkey situation, the
thing
conflicts
with
of
the whole
interest.
collusion thing is, And this is, I guess, this is why sometimes, or I think these past 4 years have made me more, I guess, patriotic, in the sense of defending what I guess defending the idea of the United States. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean when I say that? The idea of the United States?
Nah.
Which is like everyone lives, everyone is equal. Everyone gets a piece of the pie. Uh, and protecting that from an outside, you know, intervention.
Yeah, but the Democrats, like, they just
And
that would be all they talked about. Like,
no. But here's the But here's the thing. This is what I'm leaning to. The whole thing with the collusion thing. Okay, it was found that Trump didn't know about it, but that's all that's all that is just pretty much saying, okay, Trump didn't know about it. He had nothing to do with it. But guess what? Something was still done.
yeah,
And if that isn't alarming, then why the fuck, like, then why the fuck are you in a position of power and of decision making? Because, okay, we found, cool, whatever. Trump didn't do shit. Or Trump didn't know about nothing. He was fucking stupid. He didn't know nothing. But Russia still had their hand in our elections.
yeah.
Like, this honestly turns me into like a 1940s, 1950s conservative and be like, yo, the redcoats or the fucking red curtain is doing something to us. Like, we have to defend this. Like, it's the Cold War. You know? But let's just focus on being called snowflakes and let the media fucking...
People say that America's hypocritical for thinking that because we've been doing that in other countries for years.
Well, shit, you know what that shows? That none of those countries were in the position of doing something about it.
Of course not. You can't, like, you're not ever in a good position against us.
Exactly. So the fucking bully over here got what? Got the fucking hood thrown over him and didn't do anything. Apparently,
Yes.
that's what
That's
that
some
tells
mob
me.
shit. It's some gangster shit. The boss never goes down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, bro. We'll be coming to you guys a little bit after the elections, and just stay safe. And I hope you guys had a great Halloweener yesterday. But yeah, the shit's about to hit the fan, America. The shit's about to hit the fan. Catch you guys later. Peace out.